Chicago's not happening like that, AJ.
Oh, no.
Chicago Bears' seemingly inevitable move from Soldier Field to Arlington Heights has taken a massive turn. The Arlington Heights plan is at risk after a new tax assessment dispute, and the team has entered separate talks with Napierville. That's from Front Office Sports, a company that I threatened to buy a couple years ago. After Naperville, sorry about that. After a tweet from Kevin McCarthy, I believe was the guy's name.
That was the one.
Thought he was coming at me sideways. It had gotten settled. Front Office Sports seems to dig into all of this type of stuff. Great follow. Whenever this popped up, I did not expect it. I thought we were going to Arlington. I thought we were going to be the Arlington Bears. Zito tells me, though, this Naperville place is a little bit more high-end.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So whenever Arlington potentially does a little fuckery and just has one little slip-up wherever they agreed to something and then a tax change, like, well, actually, you guys will be paying tax on every single car that's parked here. Or you'll be paying this whole thing. It gives the Bears potentially an opportunity to go somewhere else and be like, hey, were you thinking about me? We already proved that we would move. So if you have hesitancy that we wouldn't move, we will move. Interesting because they're trying to buy up the whole thing. Hotels, plaza, stadium.
Casino.
Like kind of the wave of the future, what everybody's trying to do. Now it's kind of in doubt. Interesting. That's a long road to get an agreement to do a multi-billion-dollar construction site, and it seems like they're starting back over, AJ.
I would say there's a lot of red tape you got to fight through when you want to try to get something like this approved and get a bunch of taxpayer money for it. But isn't it surprising this is happening with the Bears? Like such a historic franchise. It's the Chicago Bears. You think in the NFL, they're one of the first teams I think people think of. So why are they having such issues? Just because they haven't been winning as much lately?
No, I don't. I think it's because they're moving out of the city in which they are named.
Yeah.
Like I think now you would think. Now this happened in Charlotte too. Remember, Charlotte. Whenever Tepper wanted to move the practice facility, he started building the practice facility, and then the city didn't hold up their end of the bargain in his eyes. Okay, I don't know what they did. I would assume they have reasoning for why they did what they did, but in his eyes, nah, I ain't going into business if this is how you guys are going to operate. Halted it, bankrupted it, done. Need to find a new site.
Right.
I wonder if something similar happened here in Chicago before they get too far down the road, where there was some sort of thing said by the Arlington people that the Chicago Bears are like, whoa. This is not what we agreed to, and this is not before we even get started, and now they're kind of on their way out. All that negotiating and shit that takes place in those billion-dollar conversations, taxpayer money, plus potential future earnings, I mean, that is a huge...
It's got to be like 10 years. 10-year conversation. Like, how long until you actually break ground on that?
I don't know. And they said he started demolishing. Zito just told me they started demolishing shit last week. So,
Geez, so they already started.
They did get started, I guess, in Arlington, but now it's like, whoa.
What's going to happen to Soldier Field, though, if this new thing happens?
Chicago Fire.
Kanye.
Yeah, parking lot.
Chicago Fire.
For real, they're going to keep it up there and just do whatever?
I would assume, right?
They should.
That's a massive venue.
T-Swift was just there last
Yeah,
weekend.
they just use it for concerts.
Yeah, right on the water, too.
Yeah.
It's like beautiful.
Bunch of hotels around there still.
Probably open it up a little bit. You don't need all the seats.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably open it up a little bit, get a nice view. Here we go. That's what they want to do, get less seats in there.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And spend more money making it and making the changes.
This seemingly happens, though, where a town and a program come into an understanding, and then because you got politics involved, I would assume, with taxes and stuff.
Yeah, it has to be.
All you need is what? One person take a stand and be like, no, actually, we're doing it this way. And then, oh, really? Is that right?
Okay.
Shut it down. I don't give a fuck.
We're going to Napier.
That's seemingly what the NFL teams say. Is that right? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good luck.
Yeah.
We're out of here.
We'll find somewhere else.
We're going to go 30 minutes down the road. You know that place that has all the people with money already and everything all right? We're going to go right down there. And they are actually going to let us do that. We'll go then. You already started demolishing it last week. Okay. We will.
See ya.
That's wild that takes place, doesn't it? I mean, that's wild.
All the owners, though. Think of the owners. Every owner that has like, I don't know how many you could say has like a Patriots Place type thing where you have your stadium and then they own everything around it, like what Green Bay has done over the years. Every owner that doesn't have that, they're just thinking every single day, what do I have to do to build my like Patriot Place so I can bring in all
my Jerry World, bro. 1.1 billion is his yearly income or something like that. Now, that's obviously gross. I don't think that's net, but that leads all professional sports. I think it's 1.1 billion yearly gross income, I would assume, is what it is.
I think, yeah. It was either that or over 3 years. I will look it up.
Well, but
No, I think it was, because the other one was like 626 was like in second place.
Yeah, and we know how much they make per home game in revenue.
80 or 70?
Yeah, 75 million or something. Then the next is Patriots, but still.
Let alone all the other shit that they own, though, around Jerry World and all the other stores. It's like there's some people that are really profiting off of this whole NFL thing, and then there's people that are truly profit.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of money to be made in the NFL. Like the Colts here, they rent the stadium from the city. I don't know what it is. I think it's like $250,000. Okay. Great deal.
That is a pretty good deal.
That is it. I don't know if
That's a
that's
good
an
one.
accurate number. I guess I should look into it more, but that number has been floated a couple times in conversations I've been in. They rent the stadium from the city. So what you lose is obviously the ability to weaponize the stadium
Yeah.
and weaponize anything at all times to turn a profit and make your business bigger. But obviously he doesn't lose out on any money having to invest and build anything anybody else. When you got Jerry and Kraft and now the Vikings,
Exactly.
I assume the Buffalo Bills are going to be trying to do the same thing. They're going to be taking their businesses to just whole other levels.
Completely different level.
It's like Green Bay, right? We went through Green Bay's numbers because they're publicly owned, so they have to open their books. And those books, can certainly be framed in different ways. The real estate department of the Green Bay Packers book was like $200 million a year, or something like that.
Investments.
And that's all the buildings around Lambeau that they use, whether it's the fucking slide, the bars, the museum, the everything they own. It's like $200 million they're just getting on the side just from having the land around Green Bay. It's like, that's smart business. That's what every NFL team is going to be trying to do.
Well, and at this point, too, like how hard is it going to be for a lot of it seems like there's not a lot of spaces left in these big cities or like areas around it where there's that much undeveloped land where you can just go build like a massive complex that houses a stadium and a bunch of hotels and retail and a casino. Like, it seems like that's getting harder and harder, too.
You got to move out of the city. That's why fans are pissed, because you have to move out of the city and go out to the suburbs to get all that space.
Right.
Yeah.
You got to go out to Naperville.
Not too far.
I get it.
But even so, though, like a lot of those places in big cities, like the suburbs are exploding, too. I mean,
Zito, how far is Naperville closer than Arlington to Chicago?
I would say, it's like, so Naperville's more just straight west, southwest, and then Arlington's like northwest.
Got it. How far is Arlington from Naperville?
I would say like 20, 30
Chicago.
minutes. There's traffic,
Either
but
5 minutes or 2 hours.
Yeah.
That's Chicago.
That place. Wasn't Elon going to
Traffic,
build a
no matter
thing?
Yeah, he built the.
but
tunnels.
it was to the airport though.
There's good business, by the way, by Elon. I'll build it all. I'll build it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys don't have to pay anything. I get every single dollar, though, forever, in perpetuity, that is spent on any ticket that goes. And the mayor's like, absolutely. You take
Whatever,
care of
hey.
our traffic issue, do what you got to do.